So guys, did you go through the takeoff PDF which was sent on the main group?
Yes.
Okay. And before starting, just pin this screen na, ये paper वाला. It will be easy for all of you.
Yes.
Okay. So do you guys have any doubts in that PDF? Especially जब वो thrust वाला formula किधर से आया, p square वाला term parabolic किधर से आया, all those things.
Okay, sorry. Before that, we can only see like three people who have turned on the cameras. बाकी सब भी कैमरा ऑन करो.
Hello Tanmay, I'm on mobile network. My Wi-Fi is down, so if I turn on my camera, probably your voice will cut and I won't be able to. Is
हाँ
that
ठीक
fine if
है.
I keep?
One or two people must be having these problems ना. बाकी सब ऑन करो.
Okay then मैं अभी good to go. Tanmay.
Yeah.
Let's start then. So guys, yeah, takeoff equation जो होता है वो basically we come to that takeoff equation by starting with the we resolve the forces along the x and y axis. Okay, so first of all, you guys tell me the basic forces that acts on an aircraft. Okay, I will just draw the aircraft once. Okay, and just for the reference, this will be the y-axis, this will be the x-axis. So can you tell me the forces acting along the y-axis?
Lift and weight.
Wait and lift.
Okay, lift, weight, anything else? First of all, is this visible to each and every one of you? किधर भी issues आ रहे हैं कि blur हो रहा है, please बता दो.
नहीं बराबर दिख रहा.
Okay.
I can't see the
I
screen.
can't see all.
Wait, who is this?
Maybe.
Can you just pin the screen? Have you guys pinned the screen?
Yeah, I pinned the screen, but it's not showing anything. It's just showing A.
E?
Are you have to print the other screen जिसमें he's drawing.
हाँ.
हाँ वही किया है.
Is still, but is this the problem with everyone or just 2 or 3 of you?
It's visible.
No, we can see.
Okay. Just try rejoining Malay and whoever is facing this problem. We'll continue. Okay. Can you guys tell me the forces acting along the x direction?
Thrust and
Thrust, drag, and
Trust
friction.
and yeah.
Thrust, drag, and the friction.
Friction.
Right? Any forces that we are missing? No, right?
The normal reaction.
Yep. So the normal reaction, if we just resolve the forces along one second. If you just resolve the forces along y direction, तो क्या आएगा? Okay, summation fy, which implies the normal reaction, which is equal to w minus l. Okay, and can somebody tell me why have I written normal reaction as w minus l and not l minus w?
Ground
Because
पे है तो
normal reaction.
weight ज़्यादा होएगा lift
Ground.
से.
Precisely, the aircraft is taking off and it has not lifted up into the air, so it's still on ground. So that's why your normal reaction will be W minus L. So what's your frictional force acting? Is equal to mu n, and your friction force will be mu into W minus L. Is this clear? Guys, ये सब side by side लिख के भी रखो so that बाद में easy पड़ जाएगा तुम सबको revise करने. Okay, now let's resolve the forces along x direction. Summation fx, which implies, tell me which forces are greater. Thrust is greater than drag, or is the summation of drag and friction is greater than thrust during takeoff? Just tell me.
Thrust is greater than drag.
Yeah, so it's like thrust minus drag minus friction, which is equal to, what should I write? Which is equal to
MA.
ma. Correct. Okay, so ये दो basic forces resolve हुए along the y-axis and along the x-axis. Now let's talk about thrust specifically. Which thrust should we take here? Should we take dynamic thrust? Should we take static thrust? Which thrust should we take?
Dynamic thrust.
Yeah, dynamic thrust. And this is mainly because our aircraft is moving down the runway and it's accelerating. So, but here is some assumption. Okay, we make one assumption. You guys have learned during the blade element theory that the thrust is like varies linearly with the aircraft velocity as it moves down the runway. Like thrust का variation linear होता है with negative slope like this, somewhat like this. Correct? But what's this velocity called? By the way, can somebody tell me where the dynamic thrust is zero? You guys have made the calculator, right? Guys, come on, ये बताना चाहिए. The velocity at which the dynamic thrust is zero. What's that velocity called? Okay, it's called the exit velocity of your aircraft, where the dynamic thrust is zero. So it's the exit. You guys have made the calculator, right? Where you have seen this.
Abhishek,
Yeah.
Abhishek, can you repeat what you just told?
Okay, I asked you guys what's the velocity at which what's the velocity called at which your dynamic thrust is zero? क्या बोलते हैं उस velocity को? What's the term? So it's exit velocity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have made the dynamic thrust calculators and उसमें ये trend दिखा रहेगा, right? कि जैसे ही हम लोग velocity बढ़ाते हैं dynamic thrust कम होता है and there's one point where your dynamic thrust is zero, we exit. It's linear, right? It's linear variation with negative slope. But this is completely for theoretical purpose. In reality, we assume something else. We assume that this variation is not linear. It's a parabolic variation, somewhat like this. Okay. And once we compare the values that we get in wind tunnels and after the flight test, we come to know that the variation of dynamic thrust with velocity is somewhere in between this linear variation and parabolic variation. Okay. So ये वाला theoretical variation है with negative slope. The actual variation is this line which I have drawn over here. It's somewhat like in a zigzag pattern. And for the case of simplicity, we assume it's a parabolic variation. That's why there's one thing that we assume, that dynamic thrust is equal to Ts minus a constant alpha into V square. So are you guys understanding why do we consider a parabolic variation and not a linear variation? The main reason is कि linear variation, although it's true, वो एक theoretical conclusion पे आता है. Once you see the results that we get after the flight test and the research papers of some RC aircraft, not our aircrafts, जो wind tunnels के बाहर testing होके आए हैं, the the variation is somewhat parabolic, if not exactly parabolic. But for the safer side, for the sake of explanation, we assume कि variation is completely parabolic. ठीक है? So once again, I will share my screen and I will show you the one second. the actual values that we get after our flight test. So can you guys see my screen? The other screen actually. Just spin that screen. Can you guys see this graph?
Yes.
Yes. So these are the two equations. The first one being your blade element theory, and the second one being the actual equation that we get after the flight test. So your actual variation with dynamic thrust with velocity is somewhere in between these two graphs. It's over here somewhere. Okay. So that's why we assume a simple parabolic variation. So now let's substitute this into this equation. So let's write T now. Ts minus alpha v square minus, can I write drag as half rho v square a cd minus friction as mu into w minus half rho v square a cl, which is equal to m. Now what shall I write in the place of acceleration if I want to calculate takeoff distance? Like, can you tell me the relation of acceleration with respect to the distance? Like, is it dv by dx, v dv by dx? What's that exactly? Guys,
V dv by dx.
correct. It's v dv by dx. Is this visible to all of you? So did you guys get what I did over here? पहले डायनामिक थ्रस्ट का जो ts माइनस अल्फा वी स्क्वायर है वो डायनामिक थ्रस्ट के जगह पे सब्स्टिट्यूट किया fx वाले इसमें. ओके, देन ड्रैग को आई रोट हाफ रो वी स्क्वायर ए सी डी एंड फ्रिक्शन इज म्यू इंटू डब्ल्यू माइनस एल एंड एल को आई रोट द बेसिक लिफ्ट इक्वेशन हाफ रो वी स्क्वायर ए सी एल. ठीक है, इज इट क्लियर टू ईच एंड एवरी वन ऑफ यू कि क्या किया?
अल्फा क्या है?
अल्फा इज अ कांस्टेंट पैराबोलिक, इसमें जो आता है ना पैराबोलिक कर्व में, there is one constant. We have assumed it's a constant, the value of which we will calculate it later, but it's basically a constant for parabola.
In the meanwhile, Abhishek, can I just ask them
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, sure.
So, so the thing is, you asked what is alpha, right? So, do you
Done? Okay. Now can somebody tell me what velocity will you input over here to calculate the final takeoff distance? क्या velocity डालोगे इस equation में so that you can get the final, like the takeoff distance? Will it be your exit velocity, which velocity, or a random velocity? ये मेथड लास्ट डे पे भी डिस्कस किया था मतलब पैंड्रा में. There is one method.
Stall speed.
Okay. What stall speed, Kanad? Can you just explain?
The velocity at which the lift is equal to my weight of my aircraft.
Is that the only condition for your stall speed? You know what stall is, right? The stall is when
Yes.
your angle of attack reaches your critical angle of attack. So at a certain speed where my angle of attack is 0, AOA is 0, I can reach a velocity where my lift is equal to weight at that 0 angle of attack. Will this be my stall speed? You are understanding, right, what I am saying?
Yeah.
So stall speed is when your aircraft is at your critical angle of attack. and then your lift is equal to weight. Both of these conditions should be satisfied to call your aircraft speed as stall speed, not just your lift is equal to weight. Okay, I will tell you. So, what's your lift equation? Lift is equal to half rho v square a cl, correct? Now tell me one thing. Now I will input my empty weight over here. Okay. Now what? Now you guys have been given the empty weight, so I will just input lift is equal to weight, and then W is equal to half rho v square a cl. So my velocity will be under root of 2W upon uh, rho a cl. Correct, right? So v square. Yeah, correct. So now, if I input my empty weight, I know that here I am assuming no pitch up condition, right? My aircraft doesn't pitch up during takeoff. It's like it just runs, it achieves certain velocity, and at that velocity, when your lift is equal to weight, your aircraft will just be airborne without pitching up. So I will input that CL in this equation, and I will get certain velocity. I will put this velocity in this equation, and I will get a takeoff distance for my empty weight. Is this clear to everyone? First, I am calculating the empty weight takeoff.
Can you explain once again?
Okay.
Abhishek, which CL did you say we input?
Sorry, Krish, your voice is.
What CL value did you say we input?
Wait, I will explain the entire process again. Okay. ये velocity का term मैंने लिखा under root of 2W upon rho ACL. Is this clear to everyone? So I will input my aircraft's empty weight over here. Okay. And when I'm assuming that my aircraft is taking off, I'm assuming a no pitch up condition takeoff. It's like तुम लोग का aircraft runway पे भाग रहा है and at certain velocity your lift is equal to weight and your aircraft is just airborne at that moment. Okay, it doesn't pitch up before taking off. It's just like your aircraft is accelerating. There's a point where your lift is equal to weight and it's just airborne. So the CL which I will input is at zero angle of attack. Okay, perfectly zero angle of attack, your aircraft is just being airborne. ये velocity इधर input किया, empty weight का take off distance आया, ठीक है? And then now you know the total lift capacity of your wing. You guys have calculated in the XFLR, right? Total lift जो तुम लोग का होता है. Total lift is equal to the empty weight plus payload. Correct? So now you start adding payload like 5 pounds, then 10 pounds, then 15 pounds, then 12 pounds. Just use new sheet. Minus BV square, and then your velocity is under root of 2W rho A CL. ठीक है? Is this clear? तो अभी we will put the aircraft empty weight or CL zero angle of attack पे, and then we will calculate the takeoff distance. Now your total lift wing का is equal to your empty weight plus payload. Now suppose I'm giving you one example. Wing ka total lift is 30 lbs. Your wing can lift up total of 30 lbs including fuse पूरा cargo मिला के, and your empty weight of your aircraft is 10 lbs. So now what you will do is you put your empty weight over here. You start adding payload one by one. Like you starting में you add 5 lbs का payload. तो total कितना हो गया 15 lbs. You put this 15 lbs इधर, again zero angle of attack पे CL निकालोगे, and then you will calculate the takeoff distance. And this is an iterative process. बाद में 10 lbs डालोगे, then your total weight will be 20 lbs. Again you will put it here, takeoff distance निकालोगे, and you will continue this till your total takeoff distance reaches around 95 to 100 feet, इस रेंज के बीच में. ठीक है, you continue this process. 10 lbs डाला, then afterwards तुम लोग 10 पे you can add 15, 25 हो गया. But now you have to stop at 20 lbs का payload, because you know कि wing का maximum lifting capacity मेरा 30 lbs ही है, so I cannot add more payload than 20 lbs to the aircraft. उठेगा ही नहीं उतना payload. So now if you add 20 lbs, okay, of payload, now you know that my total aircraft ka weight has reached 30 lbs, which is the maximum lifting capacity of my aircraft. And then you input all these variables into your takeoff equation, and you come to know that your final takeoff comes around 80 feet. ठीक है, now you can कि अरे मेरा 80 feet ही आ रहा है, still I have 20 feet of runway left. How can I maximize the length of the runway? Because अगर जितना तुम लोग ज़्यादा पेलोड डालोगे, जितना ज़्यादा उतना ज़्यादा स्कोर आएगा तुम लोग को, right? And why am I wasting this remaining 20 feet of runway? ठीक है, then you can try थोड़ा lift wing को modify करके try increasing the lift. ठीक है, but let's assume कि for the same amount of lift, okay, like अगर तुम लोग का 25 feet पे 25 lbs पे ही तुम लोग का 100 feet अचीव हो गया, correct? If you input 25, your maximum lifting capacity is 30 lbs, and at 25 lbs you input all the variables, and you come to know that your takeoff distance is already 100 feet. तो तुम लोग का मतलब then you guys you can think of कि मेरा पूरा अचीव भी नहीं हुआ है and still मेरा 100 feet अचीव हो गया, तो it's like you can certainly modify the wing and वापस कुछ कर सकते हो to reduce the lifting capacity of your wing, क्योंकि again 5 lbs waste जा रहा है तुम लोग का payload, you cannot do anything, you can overshoot the runway, correct?
And one more thing, the thing you mentioned about not utilizing your entire lifting capability. I mean, there is a reason for it. I mean, you can look into the equation, look at the variables on which you have your control on, basically the variables you can manipulate throughout your design process, and let us know abhi ke abhi ki what can be the reason of your aircraft taking off without utilizing your entire lifting capability. Just think about it. You have the variables available.
Is this process clear to everybody? कुछ भी डाउट हो पूछ लो, ये थोड़ा है कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोसेस है एक्सप्लेन करने के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी, सो इफ यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग वापस एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ मैं प्रोसेस.
So is it necessary that we have to utilize the entire lifting capacity of our airplane?
Yes,
we don't.
not
Theoretically, yes.
Like
Theoretically, yes. I mean, you would want to know how much exactly your aircraft can lift to its maximum capacity, but you'll get to know the actual value on the day of the flight test. So it's always better to overestimate your lifting, your payload. But like I said, मैंने question पूछा था अभी, like if I'm audible right now, you look into the equation, see the variables, and let us know कि what variables can actually be a problem to your takeoff and your payload being lifted.
okay, so I'm assuming this process is clear कि empty weight से कैसा, why do you add payload continuously so that you can maximize the runway, and the sole reason of we just maximize the runway is that we can increase our payload capacity so that we increase the score, as simple as that. When you increase the score, you increase the payload, you are increasing your score basically. And when I'm talking about payload, right, 15 lbs, 15 lbs, 20 lbs, it's the total payload. It's not steel payload or it's not specifically football ka payload, it's total payload. And once you get कि चलो मेरा 100 feet पे मेरा उठ रहा है final 30 lbs, and now you start the process of optimizing the score कि अभी 30 lbs है, so 30 lbs में से if I take one football and 29 lbs of steel, मेरा score इतना होगा, because you know कि अब इतने payload पे मेरा 100 feet cover हो रहा है. Then I will take two balls, then 28 का 28 lbs and all, and then the process continues. Okay, is this clear?
Acha, so I have a doubt.
Okay.
अभिषेक एक डाउट है
Okay.
कि ये हम 30 एलबीएस को सेग्रीगेट करेंगे बॉल्स और पेलोड प्लेट में कि 20 एलबीएस को, बाकी 10 जो एम्प्टी वेट है उसमें हम लोग का एवियोनिक्स और वो सब भी तो आएगा ना?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's my bad. 20 lbs को. Not 20 lbs to be specific. ये 10 lbs you need to subtract your empty weight, and the payload that you will get you need to segregate. Sorry, not 20, 30 lbs.
And empty weight also includes one spherical ball, right?
No. Empty weight is your aircraft weight minus your payload, and your payload is your football and your steel payload. That's it.
Because during design report discussion, Vignesh told us that the minimum empty weight is given based on if it can take up to one spherical ball.
Those were the
That doesn't mean the spherical ball is included. It means the structure that is required to carry that spherical ball.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Krish,
Hi.
you're asking something.
Yeah, so you said like ki if our payload, if our the distance comes at 80 feet, when 100 feet, when we supposedly at 25 pounds we reach our maximum distance, and like we'll have to increase the lifting capacity then, right? Because we're already maximized the distance without completely utilizing our payload capacity, right?
Yeah.
So like if we now suppose we increase the lifting capacity and now we are achieving 30 payloads before like 90 or like 95 feet, then we'll again have to increase the payload, right? So it will be a like complete looping thing, right?
Yes, it's basically a loop where you have to optimize your wings lifting capacity and the payload that you will carry, such that तुम लोग का 95 to 100 feet का target achieve हो with the lifting capacity of your aircraft as well as the payload that you are carrying. Okay, so it's a complete process. It shouldn't be like कि you have overestimated your lift, कि तुम लोग का lift एकदम ही बहुत ज़्यादा है, and then the amount of effective payload that you guys can lift is falling short of the total lifting capacity of your wing. And it shouldn't be like the lifting capacity which you guys have figured it out. It shouldn't be like कि तुम लोग का 40 to 50 feet ही runway utilize कर पा रहा है, पूरा 100 feet नहीं utilize कर पा रहा है, because either way it's harmful for the score. Okay, so you need to optimize the wing in such a way that both the conditions are perfectly satisfied in this. Clear? Okay. So yeah, again, is this process clear कि हम लोग empty weight डालते हैं, the CL is at 0 angle of attack, no pitch up condition, and then you calculate the takeoff distance. You just go on adding your payload. The basic thing that we do to calculate the takeoff
the
distance.
CL,
Yeah.
the CL should be at 0 angle of attack. It is in consideration with the mounting angle as well of the wing.
Yeah. You fix it's relative to mounting angle of the wing. Okay.
Right. So if the mounting
Means if
angle
I
is, let's say,
mounted my
4 degrees, then it will be the velocity will be for 4 degrees, not
Yeah.
0 necessarily.
Achha, so we can change the mounting angle if we like if
Yes.
to optimize it, right?
Yeah. You can use it.
Yep. The only thing is that we are not pitching up the aircraft. The entire aircraft is completely like horizontal on the ground.
Okay.
ये कंडीशन याद रखना, अभी तक जितना भी डिस्कस किया ना, ये दो जो केसेस थे कि 25 पाउंड्स पे ही मैक्स आउट हो गया रनवे डिस्टेंस, और मे बी पेलोड मैक्स आउट हो गया लेकिन सिर्फ 80 फीट ही रनवे यूज हो रहा है. ये दोनों केसेस वी आर स्टिल नॉट पिचिंग अप. Aircraft is still completely horizontal. So we are relying only on the velocity, only on the thrust to achieve that lift.
you guys don't have any doubts, we'll just go ahead. So now the process that I discussed is a no pitch up condition. This is the runway. ये तुम्हारा एयरक्राफ्ट है, ये रन होता है 95 फीट टू 100 फीट के बीच में पहुंचा, तो it just get airborne, it will just be airborne without pitching up and like this. Aircraft velocity achieve हो गया, lift is equal to half rho v square a cl, cl zero angle of attack पे आ गया. Your velocity is achieved such that your lift is equal to total lifting capacity, your weight is equal to total lifting capacity, and your aircraft is airborne. But in reality we do something else. This is completely theoretical process that you guys can implement in your CalC, but the process which I will be discussing right now, it's completely the actual process that we do in our competition, in our flight test, and this process is very difficult to incorporate in the calculators that you will be making. That's why I'm teaching you this process separately. So what our pilot does is he doesn't wait for the aircraft to reach till 95 to 100 feet. Okay, he just pitches it up way earlier than 95 to 100 feet come up. Like 50 to 60 feet तक वो pitch up कर देता है aircraft. He doesn't wait till the aircraft to reach 95 to 100 feet. Can somebody tell me the reason? Okay, चल reason से पहले एक hint दे देता हूँ कि try searching out the forces which are harmful for the takeoff, like जो takeoff harm कर सकते हैं.
To reduce frictional force.
Okay, yes, to reduce the frictional force. That's the major reason why he pitches up earlier, like 50 to 60 feet तक ही pitch up कर देता है. So what happens is, now I mentioned you कि 95 to 100 feet में your velocity is such that your lift is equal to weight, but by pitching up earlier your velocity is much lesser, so your lift is not equal to weight, but still he pitches up and your aircraft is airborne. Can somebody tell me why this happens? क्यों ऐसा possible होता है कि तुम लोग का aircraft still airborne हो सकता है?
Ground effect.
Ground effect, yes, that might be the reason, but that's not the sole reason why your aircraft can pitch up. Because I'm telling about the because of the runway distance I've mentioned, it's like around 40 to 50 feet. Your aircraft velocity is not that much that your ground effect can play the role.
थ्रस्ट का कंपोनेंट आएगा.
थ्रस्ट का कंपोनेंट ओके लिफ्ट में ऐड होगा, राइट? Like you are telling कि ये अगर ऐसा है थ्रस्ट का, then this component, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So again, that's one reason, but your lift is still lesser than weight. अगर lift weight से less है, the combination like thrust का vertical component plus lift is still not sufficient than your weight. Okay, because your aircraft velocity is increasing, your dynamic thrust is decreasing. It's not increasing. You are understanding it?
वो elevators और flaps से मिलने वाला extra जो lift रहता है, like because they pitch downward.
But
is that included in the lift?
Yeah, it's included in the lift, but even if you incorporate flaps in no pitch up condition, फिर भी वो ज़्यादा lift मिल सकता है. He can just utilize the entire runway for even after adding flaps and all. Extra lift मिल रहा है, extra score हो सकता है इससे. Okay.
और वो redundancy के लिए रखा है.
हाँ, basically. So tell me one thing, when you guys pitch up, okay, when pilots pitch up, क्या होता है? Angle of attack बढ़ता है, right?
CL बढ़ता है.
Correct. CL बढ़ता है. So in your equation, lift is equal to half rho v square a CL. So your velocity is less than velocity at 100 feet, but your CL is greater than the CL at zero angle of attack. So he pitches up at that point where the combination of your velocity and CL again equals lift is equal to weight. Is this clear to everyone? ये concept clear है सबको? ये क्या बोला अभी? Why does he pitch up? Okay. So pilot का एक काफी smart move है during flight test. So I will show you the telemetry data now. But उससे पहले वो रनवे पे एयरक्राफ्ट जा रहा है, he pitches up earlier and then he flattens it out again, and then after aircraft achieves certain velocity he again pitches it up. Okay, so the sole reason of doing this is first of all to reduce the side effects of friction. The friction कम हो गया, pitch up कर लिया, your CL is increasing, your lift is equal to weight. It flattens out, कि aircraft horizontal कर देता है, so that the aircraft gains some good fresh air, okay, as it proceeds down the runway. And once the aircraft has the required amount of velocity, he again pitches it up. ये समझा पायलट का क्या किया उसने. I will show you the telemetry data. One second. Share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Guys.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
ये जो green line है ना upper graph में, that's basically your altitude, and this, the green line in lower graph, is your elevator input. So the little disturbance, not little, the big disturbance that you can see in this line, that means that your pilot has tried giving the elevator inputs. So now as you can see कि starting में इसने elevator input दिया pilot ने, but your altitude is still horizontal. See my cursor, look at my cursor. ये जो है ये पूरा green line है, that means your aircraft is still horizontal, पूरा horizontal है, कुछ pitch up नहीं हुआ है, but your pilot is still giving certain elevator inputs थोड़ा, and then starting में, and then once he gives the elevator inputs, he pitches it up, your aircraft starts gaining the altitude, ऐसा, ठीक है, and then at certain velocity which is like less, which is around 12 meter per second, तुम लोग का aircraft flattens out, your aircraft flattens out, and then it cruises. Do you understand this graph? कुछ भी डाउट हो वापस पूछो.
वो स्टार्टिंग का स्पाइक क्यों है वो दो स्पाइक्स?
This one, right? Elevator में.
Yeah.
हाँ. So just look at this first red line. Okay, पहले red line को देखो. ये वाला. This is the thrust का line. ठीक है. And at this moment he has given the thrust. मतलब उसने चालू किया है thrust देना. So ये जो starting का spike है ना, उसका मतलब ये है कि pilot has tried pitching up earlier. मतलब जैसे ही aircraft जा रहा है runway पे, pilot ने input दिया कि he tried pitching it up earlier, but the combination of your velocity and CL was insufficient for the condition to satisfy lift is equal to weight. ठीक है, वो lift is equal to weight उस moment पे नहीं हुआ, तो उसने वापस pitch down किया, he let the aircraft gain certain velocity, and वापस उसने starting में pitch up किया, elevator input देने का try किया, but still it wasn't successful because as you can see in the upper graph, the green line is completely horizontal. And then at one moment he again gave an elevator input, and then as you can see there's certain dip, and then your aircraft starts to rise. पूरा green zone है ये upper graph में. So just compare upper and lower graph. So the black line which you can see, the vertical black line, is the line where aircraft has started to pitch up. Okay.
Okay, in the upper graph, there's one point on the before the black line where the altitude decreases.
Yeah. So it's that. Yeah. So it's basically your aircraft is pitching up. So your aircraft is like this. It's pitching up. So तुम लोग का starting में dip आता है, and then it starts to rise. So that's the main reason वो dip आता है. Basically, it's just based on where you locate your TX and all. Basically.
So it's like when you give your elevator input, it's so sudden that you get that pitch up moment, and your aircraft, like, it gains some altitude, but since the velocity and the lift is not enough, even the combination of CL, as Abhishek said, it goes back to its original position. Like, it's not bouncy, but it's like since the pilot has given it a very momentary and a sudden elevator pitch, because you can see the huge deflection in the telemetry graph in the graph below. So उसकी वजह से the aircraft gets a momentarily pitch up moment, net pitch up moment, and उसकी वजह से it gains some altitude, but the pilot tried stabilizing it at that altitude, but since the velocity and the CL were not in sync, hence the aircraft came back again.
Is this concept clear to everyone? ये थोड़ा टफ है, but अगर नहीं समझ आ रहा है तो प्लीज आस्क. And one more thing, after analyzing the telemetry data जो अभी दिखाया, so if I assume कि the velocity at which the aircraft takes off with no pitch up condition is VTO, then your actual takeoff, ठीक है, जो होता है, okay, this is VTO at no pitch up condition, and with pitch up condition if your actual takeoff is VATO, ठीक है, थोड़ा अजीब abbreviations है but ठीक है, VATO. So by telemetry data if we compare, your VATO is approximately equal to 0.8 times your VTO. एंड गाइस प्लीज मिस्टेक मत करना कि ये VTO इज योर स्टॉल स्पीड जो कनाड ने स्टार्टिंग में बोला था. दिस इज नॉट योर स्टॉल स्पीड, दिस इज योर नॉर्मल टेक ऑफ स्पीड एट अराउंड 95 to 100 feet. Stall speed occurs only when your lift is equal to weight as well as your angle of attack is your critical angle of attack. Okay.
Okay, so if this equation that you just gave, VATO is almost equal to 0.8 VTO,
Yeah.
it's based off telemetry data.
Yeah,
then
it's
it
based
can
on the
vary
telemetry
with-
data.
It can vary with different airplanes, right?
Yeah, it can vary, but if, actually we compared the telemetry data of various years, right from 2016 to 2020, and this is the approximate value that we got. It comes around 0.75 to 0.82 to be precise. Okay, so for the sake of considering it to be an average value, we consider it to be 0.8 times your VTO. It's an
But we
average
still
value.
like measure it every time, right?
Yeah, we measure it every time. So once again, let me show you the telemetry का thing. So as you can see here, ये जो velocity आ रहा है, right? 12.5 के आसपास.
We
Sorry.
can't see. Okay, now.
Okay. So you can see the aircraft velocity to be around 12.5, around 12. Sorry, not to be 12.5. Okay. Is this visible to all of you?
Yeah.
So that's why we consider कि हमारा takeoff velocity is around 0.8 times, क्योंकि वो जो velocity आता है, the value that comes कि 12 के आसपास एक value आता है, that's around, see, just look at this point, the dip point, that's the exact point where your aircraft takes off. And just go vertically up, and ये जो point है, look at this point, your aircraft velocity is roughly around 11 to 12 meter per second. So this is the value. If we compare it with the no pitch up condition, this value is 0.8 times the velocity you achieve at no pitch up condition. Okay, it's roughly around 0.8 times, and this is just last year का data. If we compare it with multiple years का data, 5 to 6 years का, ये value approximately इसी के आसपास आता है, 0.8 के आसपास. Got it? Now I will teach you a theoretical way to calculate this factor. ठीक है, but guys don't follow this method क्योंकि this is a completely theoretical way to calculate कि ये 0.8 का factor आया किधर से actually. ठीक है, so again I will write the basic, just pin this screen ना, पूरा white paper वाला. So the root of 2w upon rho a cf. Okay, so VTO is equal to 0.8 times VTO. So now to come up with this value कि 0.8 times VTO किधर से आया, this is a theoretical explanation that I will be giving you. This is not the actual explanation. The actual explanation I told you right now कि ये telemetry data से compare होता है for multiple years. What you guys can do for the sake of simplicity, you guys can assume a certain takeoff angle कि मेरा aircraft pitch up होता है let's say around 14 to 15 degrees of angle of attack. ठीक है, कि मेरा एयरक्राफ्ट पिचअप हुआ 14 डिग्रीज ऑफ एंगल ऑफ अटैक पे. Now you guys can input the CL value at that corresponding angle of attack in this equation. ठीक है? Then you can input the weight of your aircraft and then you can calculate the velocity. So उधर से एक velocity आया, let's say v, okay, एक v velocity आया for example, ठीक है? उधर से एक velocity आया. So I am assuming कि 14 angle of attack पे aircraft take off एक pitch up होता है. It's your pitch up angle, 14 angle of attack, 14 degrees angle of attack. उस पे CL जो आया, I put it in this equation. जो weight है aircraft को वो add किया, velocity आया, it's v. Now I write down the velocity VTO जो मेरा no pitch up condition का है, ठीक है? And then I can compare कि by what factor my this velocity is less than the VTO. As simple as that. Are you guys getting कि ये क्या मेथड यूज किया मैंने? एक और बार एक्सप्लेन करने का है ये वाला.
हाँ एक और बार.
See,
हाँ एक और बार.
Yeah. What I did is I assumed कि मेरा एयरक्राफ्ट एक certain डिग्री पे पिच अप होता है. I assume कि चलो it's 14 degrees of angle of attack. And this is not a vague assumption. 14 degrees. Of course जो तुम लोग का CL versus alpha का ग्राफ आता है उसमें तुम लोग को देखना पड़ता है कि एग्जैक्टली क्रिटिकल एंगल किस पे आता है. पता चला 14 डिग्रीज इज योर क्रिटिकल एंगल ऑफ अटैक, एयरप्लेन स्टॉल ही हो गया टेक ऑफ के बाद, मतलब ही नहीं फिर कुछ. सो यू जस्ट नोट डाउन कि तुम लोग का क्रिटिकल एंगल ऑफ अटैक कितना है. इफ इन दिस केस अगर वो 17 से 18 डिग्रीज तक है, सो आई अज्यूम कि मेरा एयरक्राफ्ट 14 डिग्रीज पे पिच अप होता है, विच इज वेल विद इन द रेंज ऑफ योर नॉर्मल ऑपरेटिंग रेंज, 14 डिग्रीज पिच अप. I calculate the CL of my wing at 14 degrees angle of attack. I put in this equation. ठीक है? I put this CL in this equation. I input my aircraft का weight and I calculate the velocity. This velocity is actually your VATO, to be precise. And then I calculate the velocity at no pitch up condition, that is 0 degree angle of attack. वो वापस CL मैंने इसमें डाला, वापस एयरक्राफ्ट का वेट डाला, उधर से V निकाला, so that's my VTO. Got it? And then I can compare by what factor, let's say K, my VATO is less than my VTO. But guys, again, ये पूरा theoretical process है, because in reality you cannot assume कि my pitch up angle will be 14 degrees because there is no instrument which is invented that can calculate the exact pitch up angle. These are not our commercial aircraft where you have your PFDs, primary flight displays, in front of your cockpit, जिसमें तुम लोग को दिखेगा कि तुम लोग का 15 डिग्री पे पिच अप हो रहा है 20 डिग्री पे. These are your regular RC planes, so you don't have a perfect method to calculate the exact angle at which your aircraft pitches up. So that's why we just compare the velocities based on the telemetry data, and the value that you can come up that we guys got is 0.8 times VTO. Okay, but for the sake of simplicity and for the sake of simplicity only, तुम लोग ये मेथड यूज कर सकते हो पिच अप एंगल का. ठीक है? Is this clear? Yep, that's it from takeoff का side. Now, can you guys tell me कि ये प्रोसेस मैन्युअली करना पॉसिबल रहेगा क्या? कि each time you put in your empty weight, you go on adding your weight, like ये प्रोसेस समझा है ना स्टार्टिंग में? Wait one second. This process, you add payload, then you calculate velocity, you input, you get your takeoff distance. You add, then you increment your payload, you add in this equation, you get your takeoff distance. Can you do this manually? It will take hell lot of time, right? So what we want is you come up with your own takeoff calculators कि जिसमें you just optimize this, you just automate this process where you can fix your empty weight, and then you can just form a loop कि sort of if I add 5 lbs, then this will be my velocity output. I will input this velocity into this equation. This will be my takeoff distance. Now that loop ends, then the increment will be 10 lbs. Add in this. Again, this is the process. So try to automate this process. तुम लोग के कैलकुलेटर्स में, टेक ऑफ कैलसीज में, ठीक है? एंड कैन यू गाइस टेल मी कि क्या क्या वेरिएबल्स यूज हो सकते हैं इस पूरे टेक ऑफ कैलसीज में जो तुम लोग बनाने वाले हो टेक ऑफ कैलकुलेटर के लिए?
velocity, angle of incidence.
Angle of incidence. Are you sure? Wouldn't that be covered in your CL, which you will
Yeah,
get?
sorry, see.
Okay, just tell
But
me.
one,
Yeah.
like once we fix the CL, then like it'll be the same throughout now.
How can you fix the CL? It will be the output
Yeah,
based
yeah,
on
I
your
mean,
wing
once we fix
configuration.
the angle of incidence, then the CL won't change now. So like
Yeah, if you fix the
that's
angle
the
of
same
incidence.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
CL or
So
velocity.
basically, the input that you guys will need is your wing area and all. So if this is your wing,
हाँ, if we fix the lift तो CL भी fix हो जाएगा ना?
why you
Is
need
that
to
so?
why you need to fix your lift specifically? Yes, Shlok, you can continue. Wait.
I'm saying ki, acha, one more thing. Okay, in the takeoff calculator, you can see there are two variables CL and CD, right? So what do you think that CL and CD is? I mean, किसका CL CD है वो? Because that's very important to know.
प्लेन का लिफ्ट एंड ड्रैग कोएफिशिएंट
Plane का कि wing का?
प्लेन का
Are you
नहीं.
sure? Think twice.
All the drag के लिए I think full aircraft का coefficient would be not full aircraft. Actually, for lift and drag both, only the lift and drag inducing components would be like the tail fin and the wing.
Right. Okay. So, and then what are your drag inducing components?
The entire aircraft body.
Entire aircraft, yeah.
Right. So basically, your CL and CD inputs will be your lift inducing components, which will be the CL, which will add up to the CL, and your drag. Drag is the मैंने तुम लोगों को 3 बार सेम क्वेश्चन पहले पूछा, तुम लोगों ने किसी ने आंसर नहीं किया. ड्रैग इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर, द थिंग विच अभिषेक सेड कि तुम लोग का टोटल लिफ्ट कैपेबिलिटी यूज अप नहीं होगा. That's because of your drag. That's because of your coefficient of friction. That's because of your thrust. Thrust is still ठीक है. Thrust is a different story. But let's talk about your aircraft. तुम लोग ने 16 balls डाले असाइनमेंट में, 5 ball वर्टिकली स्टैक किया, पता नहीं कैसे किया है. So that will add up to your drag, and your fuselage is the most drag inducing component. I mean, it's understandable. So अगर तुम लोग ने कोड में CL and CD इनपुट्स में फ्यूजलाज नहीं डाल, चल CL में तो फ्यूजलाज लिफ्ट नहीं होता इतना, so it's pretty negligible. But for drag, you need to include your fuselage drag because that's like that will give you the most realistic value. And again, like, and just तुम लोग ये बताओ, like we'll not tell you क्या inputs है, तुम लोग बताओ, look at the equation right now and tell us कि क्या inputs तुम लोग को लगेगा as a user input for your Excel, जो भी तुम लोग जिधर भी टेक ऑफ वैल्यूटर बनाओगे, अभी के भी बताओ.
Correct. See the equation A and B.
Area, density, lift coefficient, drag coefficient, and angle of attack.
Is that the only requirement?
static thrust also.
Yes, but tell me one thing. Let's start from the basics. One second. How will you come up with this alpha? Tell me. वो starting में discuss किया था, right? कि dynamic thrust 0 होता है, static thrust ये होता है. So you can calculate alpha from your static and dynamic thrust के calculators which you guys have made. Correct? Now, in this equation, you have A and B. Correct? So A and B requires CL, CD. How can you come up with CL, CD का values? What inputs you guys need so that you come up with CL का values, CD का values? What's the main governing factors CL, CD के लिए?
Angle of attack कि इतना angle of attack पे इतना CL मिल रहा है और इतना CD मिल रहा है.
But how can you input angle of attack in your calculators? I just told you कि you cannot estimate your angle. तुम लोग के basic wind dimensions कि your root chord, your tip chord, your area of the wing, sorry, your rectangular percentage. You can just vary these. You put this in XFLR and you get your CL. Correct? So in your calculator, you can always make a calculator where your inputs will be your wing dimensions, like your root chord, tip chord, your rectangular percentage, your wing area and all. So you will get your wing area. And then once you get your wing area, you can calculate the CL. Then after adding fuse, you can calculate the total CD of your aircraft. And then you can input the CL/CD in these equations, the basic A and B. And then you can calculate your takeoff distance. Correct? And now this is the exact process that we guys do to calculate the optimum wingspan for our aircraft. In your assignment, we guys have given you the specific wingspan for each and every team. कि team 1 को 50, team 2 को 60, something like that. But in reality, we just input each and every wingspan right from 50 to 120 inches with all the possible variations in root chord and tip chord in this takeoff calc. Write down their CL in the calc, and then it calculates the payload increment and the corresponding takeoff distance for each and every wingspan. And once you correlate this takeoff distance with your score, कि final कितना score आ रहा है, then you get your optimal design. As of now, you no need to do for each and every wingspan. You just do for the wingspan that we have given you. You try varying your root chord, you try varying your tip chord, put it in your takeoff calc. Then once you put it in your takeoff calc, you have your CL/CD values. Once you get your CL/CD values, you can put it in this equation. You have your static thrust, you have your weight. You can try incrementing your weight one by one. You can try incrementing the weight by whatever the factor, 5 lbs, 10 lbs. You will get the corresponding velocity. Once you get the corresponding velocity, you get your takeoff distance, and you try to automate that process. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is a complete loop. Yeah. Yes, Krish.
So root chord, tip chord will also be the inputs in the calculator, right?
Exactly. So even though I know you guys have come up with your optimum wingspan, okay, तुम लोग ने decide किया कि मेरा यही wingspan अच्छा है lift के लिए, but you can also try to cross check whether your values are correct, whether your selected wingspan can lift within 100 feet. But after doing that, you can also try this method कि you just stick to the wingspan that we have given you. You try varying root chord, tip chord, you input your CL/CD, and then you calculate the corresponding takeoff distance. Okay. And this can be done on Excel as well. तो जिसको अगर कोई भी coding language आता नहीं है, तो this can be done on Excel as well. Columns बना सकते हो Excel में, and you can input the variables over there. So it's not necessary कि you guys need to know specific coding language for this. Okay. कुछ भी doubts हो है इसके regarding, any doubts, please ask now.
ये टिप कॉर्ड और ये रूट कॉर्ड वेरी करके हम लोग को CL/CD डायरेक्ट कैसे मिलेगा? उसके लिए कुछ कोई एयरफॉइल भी तो यूज करना पड़ेगा ना?
You can fix the airfoil. You can vary your root chord and tip chord on XFLR.
But for that we have to select the airfoil, right?
Yeah, that's the basic process. You need to select.
Okay.
Look at the equation. That's what I'm telling you guys. Look at the equation. वो variables identify करो which will more or less remain constant throughout the entire takeoff calculation process, and identify those variables जो change होगा. What will continuously change in your takeoff calculation? Any idea? पता होना चाहिए. It's in the name. There are a couple of things which will constantly change, so you can't keep them as constants, and there are some things which will be an input and they will be constant throughout the calculation. क्या variable होगा?
एरिया वेरी कर रहे हैं.
See, तुम लोग के wing dimensions and तुम लोग का CLCD value will be constant for a certain takeoff calculation process. तुम लोग input दोगे तुम लोग का wing dimensions which will give you your area. तुम लोग CLCD तुम लोग का input दोगे which will be constant for that particular calculation, and तुम लोग का density तुम लोग का constant रहेगा, तुम लोग का mu coefficient of friction, तुम लोग का alpha, तुम लोग का G, तुम लोग का हाँ बस I think these are तुम लोग का static thrust. So all these things will be your constant for the process calculation process for one single wing configuration, ठीक है. And तुम लोग को फिर variables जो रहेंगे like the takeoff distance which is like the most variable thing in the process because तुम लोग को वही चाहिए. So your takeoff distance, your weight, and yeah, I mean your score to an extent. These three things will be your variables. तो तुम लोग उसको constant थोड़ी रखोगे, दिमाग लगाओ, right? So it's like code ऐसा बनाओ या Excel पे ऐसा बनाओ कि you have to give certain inputs, the things which I mentioned right now, कि तुम लोग का CLCD हो गया, area हो गया, तुम लोग का density हो गया, alpha हो गया, mu हो गया, static thrust हो गया, G हो गया. Give them as inputs, and वो input देने के बाद you should get an automatic calculation or an automatically data sheet, be it code का output और Excel का output कि मेरा at this payload मेरा take off distance इतना है. So weight, like Abhishek said, weight तुम लोग का increment होगा. The first weight which you will input, like तुम लोग एक empty weight दे दोगे उसको कि मेरा empty weight इतना है. So that code or that Excel has to like increment your weight by a certain amount. Like Abhishek said, 2 pound हो गया, 3 pound हो गया. So you have to increment that to your empty weight, like ऐसा additive वो रहेगा, like 3 pound फिर 2 pound, 5 then 2, 7 then 2, 9.
They can
And
also
for
input the factor ना श्लोक एक certain की
yeah
empty
right,
weight plus
वो
2
भी
times.
yeah right, वो भी करना पड़ेगा. And for every empty weight you get, see basically you're adding payload, right? So तो तुम लोगों को जो weight आएगा like 3 plus 2 और जो 3 plus जो भी 4 रहेगा, so that weight will be all up. तुम लोग को समझ आ जाएगा कि at the end मेरा 17 lbs is the max limit I'm getting for 100 feet. So your 17 minus your empty weight will be your payload, and then तुम उसका score निकालोगे. समझा?
Okay, so we have to keep that aspect ratio fixed, right? Which what do you guys give? 3 to 5.
Yep, for one calculation. So basically ऐसा code बनाओ which will ask for inputs कि मेरा wing dimensions ये है, which will automatically calculate the area. मेरा mu ये है, मेरा density ये है, G ये है, मेरा empty weight इतना है, static thrust इतना है, मेरा alpha इतना है. So that will automatically calculate a capital A and capital B, and through that additive process, okay, don't consider your different ball के configs. एक empty weight रख लो, just consider पहले take off calci समझने के लिए इतना ही करो, don't consider balls and everything. एक empty weight डाल दो, ठीक है, and your calculator should automatically increment your weight by a certain fixed step. जैसे कि empty weight मेरा 5 pounds है, तो your step should be like let's say 5.5 lbs. So in that empty weight of 5 pounds वो 0.5 बढ़ाता रहेगा. So after a point it will reach let's say 17 pounds, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and that 60, and for every pound you increment, वो हर एक pound का you should get your takeoff distance. Your code or your Excel should automatically calculate that.
What should we take as the coefficient?
You guys need to figure it out. Coefficient of friction. It's a tarmac runway.
Yeah, it's tarmac. So
Tarmac, correct.
So and one more thing, जो CLCD रहेगा for now consider only of the wing. सिर्फ अभी के लिए. In reality, it's for your entire aircraft. ठीक है? We asked the seniors have a code and everything ready. So we will not sharing that with you guys as of now. अभी के लिए एक take off calci बनाओ जिसमें CLCD inputs होगा, वो सिर्फ wing का होगा. And ऐसा केस नहीं होता in reality. सिर्फ अभी simplicity के लिए ये बोल रहा हूँ. सिर्फ CLCD wing का डालो एंड जो एम्प्टी वेट है, डोंट कंसिडर बॉल कॉन्फिग्स एंड जो फैक्टर वैक्टर जो भी है, जो हम लोग ने बोला था मिनिमम एम्प्टी वेट, नहीं एक एम्प्टी वेट डालो, डजंट मैटर कितने बॉल का, जस्ट टू सी हाउ द कैलकुलेटर वर्क्स, बस ये फिगर आउट करा करना. द कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज एवरीथिंग बाद में वील टीच यू.
गाइस एक कैल्सी मतलब पूरा एक नहीं, हर एक जन अपना एक एक कैल्सी बनाओ.
हाँ, अपना एक
And
एक
अपने
इंडिविजुअल कैल्सी.
रिस्पेक्टिव टीम का जो एम्प्टी वेट था वो डालो उसमें, रिस्पेक्टिव टीम
Right.
का एम्प्टी. ठीक है.
I had a question. In XFLR, we had a 120-inch wingspan.
Correct.
So it took a lot of time for us to, find the results of the values. So instead, if we just scaled it down, keeping the aspect ratio and the shape same, would it still provide the same CL ka values, or the CL values changes if the no? Like I'm just scaling the plane wing down.
By how much?
Why? Maybe like instead of 120 inches, I'm taking only 60 inches ka wingspan.
It will obviously change pages. Okay, Vignesh.
Think about it. Why would it change?
No, only the CL ka value, not the area and all. I know it will change.
Exactly my point. Think about why it would change.
Velocity of the wind is also changing. Like if everything, like every component I shift down.
So think of this. Which would have a higher drag, your 120-inch wingspan or your 60-inch wingspan? Half scale wala.
120 inch.
Exactly right. So there are CD values already changed over. Because your vortices, even your vortices get affected.
Oh yeah.
Your vortices, you know how vortices work now for longer wingspan. So you can't just scale down airplanes and नहीं तो फिर हम लोग भी वही करते हैं, 120 क्यों रन करते हैं, we would just run 60 and be like 60 का double 120 का right.
Okay, since there were two. Hello. Yep, go ahead. Shlok, can you just mute yourself? Yes.
If suppose टोटल हम लोग का लिफ्ट 30 lbs का है और उसमें से एम्प्टी वेट 10 lbs है और 20 lbs हम लोग को पेलोड के लिए मिल रहा है, और अगर उसमें से हम लोग ने 18 ही यूज किया तो चलेगा कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा या फिर चलता है ऐसा?
It's up to you. It's completely up to you. It's not necessary that you need to completely utilize 20 lbs का payload, but only give us a logical reason why you are not utilizing 20 lbs. कि पूरा runway occupy नहीं कर पा रहा है, or is it just overshooting the runway in case we are using complete total lbs का payload? Okay.
Wait, if your capacity is 30 pounds and if you want to use only 18 pounds, that is a decision that you will make on the day of the flight test. कि अगर पूरा 30 pounds डाल दिया and take off नहीं हुआ, then you can be like ठीक है चलो 30 pounds पूरा नहीं, मतलब whatever 20 pounds का payload पूरा नहीं डालते हैं, let's try 18 pounds. But as for now, for the takeoff calci, for all your analyses, you have to sort of analyze all your design points.
Yep. Okay. And not only from the flight test perspective, of course, during the flight test we need to decide exactly the amount of payload that we will be lifting, but from the theoretical purpose also कि if you are rejecting 20 lbs का पूरा payload, कि give us a reason कि तुम लोग का take off नहीं हो पा रहा है, और because just scaling down 2 lbs का payload will reduce your score, ठीक है, और अगर तुम लोग का रनवे यूटिलाइज हो पा रहा है अच्छे से विद 20 lbs, why not go with full 20 lbs for theoretical purpose? I'm not talking about flight test. Okay. Okay, let's, since there were too many things that were covered in this session, let's go one by one. Starting के takeoff equations में, derivation में, any doubts, any damn doubts कि ये TD कैसा है, ये parabolic curve क्यों आया, how can we calculate alpha, any doubts? If there are no doubts, just tell so that I can proceed ahead.
Guys, doubts नहीं है तो ना तो बोल दो.
No doubts.
Okay. Then any doubts?
Regarding the thing,
okay.
Sorry. It's the same doubt actually, but before wala. But will the value of CL also change? like CD I understood. CD will change with respect to if I scale a plane car this thing down. But if I have the same shape, so will the C because then it will be easy for me to because otherwise my PC won't be able to run a lot of XFLR cards.
Okay, so Tejas, firstly, to answer your question, yes, of course it would change. Because secondly, तूने खुद ने ही बोला कि velocity of like smaller aircraft, right? They would inherently be faster than a huge wingspan aircraft. So velocity change हुआ, तेरा lift change हुआ, तेरा lift change हो गया, तो तेरा CL change होगा, right? Your CL is dependent on your velocity as well. ठीक है? Secondly, in case if our PC is slow, Abhishek, should we give him a lower span value?
Yes, before that, Tejas, how much time does it take roughly to analyze one wingspan ka RC and TC?
If the shape of the wing is like if I have it tapered or something, it takes a lot of time. Like I think in our group Hetvi did it, and it took 6 hours for her. And my PC is
Okay, let's do one thing. We can give them a configuration.
Once
We
again,
can give them a
Tanmay,
wing
what about
config.
Tanush ka PC?
Tanush also had a similar issue, I think. His were similar issue.
So all three of you had the issue.
Yeah, but Hetvi's could run it for say like she ran this thing and it took around 6-7 hours, right?
So this one I had lesser coordinates, like y and chord were lesser. I had given lesser specifications. तो जल्दी हुआ, panels कम थे तो. But if I give more specifications, panels बढ़ जाते तो it takes time.
Oh, okay, then we'll let you know. Vignesh, mostly दूसरा configuration ही we'll have to
Let's
go.
we
We'll decide and
might
let you
just
know.
give you okay. So if this is the case, we might just give them a standardized configuration for everyone. Abhishek, how does this sound? Abhishek, Tanmay, Shlok.
हाँ.
हाँ ठीक है. So we'll post a standardized configuration by tonight itself and उस पे करना सब लोग, ठीक है?
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
And like all of you know कि हम कौन सा airfoil use करते हैं हमारे aircraft में.
Apart from the one
S1
who knows.
हमारे विंग में, ओके.
जिसको पता है वो मत
हाँ,
बोलो.
वही,
जिसको
wing में.
बोला है ऑलरेडी इंटरव्यूज में वो मत बोलो. जिनको नहीं पता एक बार गेस.
Like a high lift airfoil.
नाम क्या है airfoil का? High lift obvious है काफी. ठीक है. So I'll tell you, it's quite a few teams came up with this, and some teams even काफी ऐसे पास आके वो airfoil छोड़ दिए. It is S1223 RTL. So even for your takeoff calci, you can use that airfoil. Okay, not S1223. That is also an airfoil. It is S1223 RTL. Okay.
Proceeding ahead.
So हाँ ठीक है. In this regards, we just wanted to like give this as an, I don't know, don't take it as an assignment. Justify why it would be like why did we have this specific एकदम S1223 RTL, not S1223, or even a better airfoil. We have a better airfoil with us as well, but वो नहीं use किया. वो भी test out किया, but वो use नहीं किया. So we wanted to come up with an explanation कि why this exact thing. Try it out.
Can you tell us the span of the wing?
So
no.
Okay. Any doubts in this empty weight का increment? This entire section. How do we calculate the takeoff? Empty weight पे पहले क्यों ऐसा? Any doubts in this section? Take 1 minute. Gather if you have any doubts. Ask. Otherwise, I will move ahead. Okay. Any doubts in this section? With no pitch up condition, with pitch up condition. क्यों ऐसा होता है? क्यों ऐसा नहीं होता है? What's this 0.8?
Sure. Anyways, Abhishek,
One second.
फिर
Vignesh, 1 second. Okay, so if you guys do not have any doubt, Tanush, are you here? Can you explain me a VATO का 0.8 times VTO? What's this scene पूरा? Because last year we had lots of doubts. मैंने यही process बहुत बार explain करने को बोला था मेरे seniors को. Just explain me ये क्या 0.8 times होता है?
VATO, right?
Yeah, VATO. What's VATO? What's VTO? What's 0.8 times? Is it a specific value or it's a range average value? क्या है ये? One second, guys.
The takeoff distance is 0.8 is related to takeoff distance without pitch up and this.
See, 1 second. Just see, I have explained you in detail पूरा. So if I am asking you कि क्या exact process है, I need a crystal clear answer कि yes ऐसा ऐसा होता है 0.8 times.
Okay, so the takeoff distance is 0.8 if it's related to takeoff distance without pitch up, and if without pitch up it is 100, and with pitch up it is 80 feet.
With pitch up it's?
With pitch up it's 80 and without pitch up is 100.
Is this what I said कि 80 feet take off होता है ना? I'm asking you about 0.8 का factor.
No, it's just as an example I'm saying.
Tanush, explain me what's this thing VATO is approximately 0.8 times VTO. And sorry guys, ये battery चली गई है phone की, so I cannot just see. I've kept it on charge. हाँ, yes Tanush, go ahead.
Yeah, yes.
So if you don't know, why aren't you asking? कि ये I'm not clear. Okay, Malay, are you here?
Yes.
Can you explain me VTO 0.8 times this entire funda?
Means the theoretical thing or the graphical? Means
Okay. So what's this theoretical?
0.8. Means it means VATO is equal to 0.8 times VTO we get by one is by you showed that graph in which you said that after a lot of means experimental calculations we get that it is 0.8 times.
Okay, so tell me one thing, if I am taking off at a velocity which is less than my no pitch up velocity, then how can my aircraft lift up? Because my lift is not equal to my weight. Do you have any explanation on this?
Sorry, can you repeat? Actually, I have a network problem.
If I am taking off at a velocity which is less than my no pitch up velocity at 95 to 100 feet, then my lift is not equal to my weight. Then how my aircraft is still lifting up?
I'm not getting the मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा question.
Guys, any of your juniors can explain him. पूछो questions के. ये सब discuss किया था सिखाते वक्त.
Okay, so he is asking ki at 50 feet, even if the weight is not equal to the lift, why do we pitch up the aircraft and it is airborne? Why doesn't it come back down?
Okay. So that frictional force which is experienced वो कम हो जाए उसके लिए.
Is this the explanation, Malay? मैंने clearly explain किया था. And if I'm asking you 2 to 3 times कि if you're not understanding certain things, ask. This is a very important concept. अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो क्यों नहीं पूछ रहे हो? तनुष, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन? इसका रीजन दे सकता है?
Is he even on the call?
Yes, I'm right. Actually, when it pitch up होता है, the CL बढ़ जाता है. Even the velocity is less.
Okay. So अगर मेरा CL बढ़ा, if my velocity is less, so what's
That
the
is
guarantee?
optimum for takeoff.
Sorry.
Which is optimum for takeoff. If CL बढ़ जाता है and even though the velocity is less, it is optimum for takeoff.
Okay. So this is the 0.8 वाला factor. Is it the actual value कि it's the average or the range I'm talking about?
No.
It's the range. It's the actual value or range.
Actually, it's just what you get from the past approx value.
Okay. Shubham, first of all, guys, cams on रखो, सबके on रखो. I can see only 3 to 4 people.
Yes.
Okay, Shubham, can you explain me the theoretical way of calculating this 0.8 का factor?
हाँ.
Explain.
So वेलोसिटी का फॉर्मूला होता है √2 into weight upon rho a CL. तो थियोरेटिकली जब भी हम लोग लेते हैं तभी हम लोग का जो CL का वैल्यू होगा वो अल्फा 0 होता है, उसका CL होगा.
Okay.
हाँ, तो हम लोग वो वाला CL डालते हैं. और दूसरा वाला जो कंडीशन है जो मतलब एक्चुअल में होता है, उसमें हमारा टेक ऑफ जब ये कंसिडर किया 14 पे होता है, तो वो वाला CL डालेंगे और वही फिर डिफरेंस रेशो देंगे.
Okay. Good. Now, I want. Harish, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So can you? Yes, I can hear you. Can you explain me the entire process right from the start to end? How can I calculate my takeoff distance? Okay, so that even everyone will come to know कि क्या है क्या.
So from the start, right? From the time you explain the different forces, उधर से चालू करो.
No. The calculator. The calculator inputs. Can you explain me what will be the inputs and how to go ahead, how to progress?
Okay, no, I'm talking about वो G वाला ना.
No need to explain the
constant
derivation. No need to explain the derivation कि क्या है क्या नहीं. Just explain कि code में basic क्या process रहेगा जो empty weight and all वाला stuff. In short.
हाँ, तो वो we basically need a loop कि we will get a limit कि इतना होगा. अपना empty weight से हम लोग को माइनस करेंगे and फिर अपने को मिलेगा कि ये रेंज है. So हम लोग इटरेट करेंगे कि 5 इंक्रीज करते रहेंगे. 5 पहले इंक्रीज किया, फिर और 5 इंक्रीज किया एंड फिर हम लोग विल फाइंड आउट अपना टेक ऑफ डिस्टेंस की 95 to 100 पे टेक ऑफ होगा. बट हम लोग पूरा विल ओवर मतलब हम लोग ओवर एज्यूम करेंगे थोड़ा वेट को, बिकॉज ड्रैग एक फैक्टर है. तो उसकी वजह से जो एक्चुअल वेट होगा इट विल बी अ बिट लेसर. द पेलोड जो हम लोग डालेंगे वो थोड़ा कम होगा. बट या बेसिकली वी हैव टू मेक अ लूप. उसका लूप चाहिए. वी जस्ट वांट अ लूप टू कंटिन्यूअसली find range is basically सबका.
Okay, what value is being iterated in the loop?
Okay, so basically the weight changes. So weight is something which changes, and the constant things are your CL, CD, which are for the wing for now. The density is also constant for now. The friction and the alpha which we will get
from calculating that static and dynamic thing. And g is also constant. So ये सब तो constant है. अपना जो main चीज change होगा, it will be your weight and the distance. That will also keep on changing for different values of your weight.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Okay, Anushka, are you here? She in the meet.
Abhishek, I have a doubt.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask, how do you calculate the total lift? Because I had coded a program, a calculator kind, very basic. Usse I had to assume some velocity for the total lift. So if I'm already assuming फिर total lift से फिर वापस I'm finding a velocity, it's a loop.
Okay. 1 second. So you mentioned you have assumed a velocity, right?
Yeah.
You never assume a velocity.
I agree.
Yeah, you never assume a velocity. So to calculate velocity, you have to follow the exact method which we taught you. First you input your empty weight, you input your CL, and then you get your velocity of your empty weight. And then as per the payload that you're adding, you will get a new set of velocity values, right?
Agreed. But then how do I find total lift?
Then you input the velocity, you just run your analysis on XFLR, and you get the lift. I mean, you get the total CL at that particular angle of attack, and then you can calculate the total lift by again the same formula.
Okay, I'll try it out.
Okay, but what was your query exactly?
So my query is, I don't think I still got you, but so like if I find the total lift taking some velocity का value, because lift में velocity का value आएगा, right? तो उसमें if I'm having some velocity, what will be that velocity? Because मेरे को lift से वापस
नहीं. So I got your point. So you are telling that initially we are assuming lift is equal to weight, we are getting the velocity, and after we get the velocity again we are calculating lift वापस.
Yeah.
So see, over here the basic input that we need for our calculator is our CL and not the lift. Okay, because we are adding on the lift, like हम लोग payload add करते जा रहे हैं हमारे calculator में. So basically we know the amount of lift that we are assuming. We are assuming starting with 15 pound. We put in 15 lbs in that equation, the root of 2w. And then we calculate the velocity, and at that velocity we calculate the CL and we put into our takeoff calculators. So again, no need to calculate the total lift again from the velocity that you have got. Okay. You got it, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. So like just to be clear, suppose 10 का already weight है empty weight and 2 का payload डाला मैंने. That is not the maximum possible. I don't know. So उससे मेरे को कोई velocity मिली. I'll check that if it is within 100 का distance or not.
But first, before that, you will check your CL value. Okay. You will input that CL value in that B wala term. Okay, because that's the term where you need your CL/CD inputs, right? The A minus B.
Yeah. So उससे I'll find the distance, takeoff distance.
Correct.
उससे I'll check if it is 100 or not, if it is within 100 or not, and then I'll check if it is getting lifted or not.
Yeah, exactly. If it's within your total lifting capacity of your aircraft.
Okay, great. Thank you.
अभिषेक, तो CL हम लोग को खुद वेरी करना है, तो फिर एंगल ऑफ अटैक क्या रखेंगे? वो हमारे ऊपर है कि हम कितना एंगल ऑफ अटैक रख रहे हैं.
Okay, tell me one thing here. I just mentioned you कि it's a no pitch up condition for your takeoff, correct?
हाँ.
So
angle of attack 0 रहेगा.
Angle of attack 0 रहेगा, right? For the no pitch up condition. And the second method which I taught you, that the aircraft pitches up, it's a completely practical situation which you cannot incorporate in your theoretical codes that you guys are making, because that needs the input of the takeoff angle and all, which is not practically possible to measure. Okay, so for the sake of theoretical purpose we just calculate the no pitch up condition ka takeoff. the angle of attack is 0 and relative to your wing mounting angle. ठीक है, 0 मतलब वो wing mounting को ऐसा neglect नहीं कर देने का. Okay, got it?
अभिषेक, जो एग्जांपल यूज किया था ना कि इफ योर विंग कैन लिफ्ट 30 lbs स्पीड, तो वो नंबर कैसे मिलता है? मतलब विंग कितना लिफ्ट कर सकता है वो कैसे पता चलता है?
Vary in XFLR, right?
हाँ.
Total lift sir.
What?
XFLR, you guys can calculate the total lift that you can that you need in your aircraft. Wing, you can vary the wing dimensions and all to get the optimum lift. Any other doubts? No.
I'm a bit confused about what Shlok had said in between, that it's CL and CD values which we take. So he said that we'll take CL values for all the lift inducing components and CD value for all the drag inducing components. So in your takeoff calc, you're going to input the lift of the wing, right? CL value of the wing.
For now, CL and CD से wing का डालो. Just input your CL and CD value of the wing as of now. Ideally, it isn't the case. So I'll tell you one thing. Okay? Your CD value is the most drag-inducing components are your wing and your fuselage. Your tail and your other things, they don't induce much drag. So we normally neglect it. So in ideal case, it's fuselage plus wing. But for the sake of your assignment, which is basically making a takeoff calculator, just input your CD of your wing. And when it comes to the CL, just input your wing ka CL. Your fuselage and your tail, they don't produce much CL, so that's why they are neglected. So ideally CL से wing का जाता है. So do that. Also, since we're talking about takeoff calc, can someone else apart from Haryaksha explain the takeoff calculator? कैसे बनाना है? Idea क्या होगा? Inputs क्या होंगे and what will be the variables? क्या output रहेगा?
बेसिकली हम लोग को ऐसा करना है कि पहले XFLR पे टेप मतलब रूट कोड और टिप कोड वेरी करके हम लोग को विंग का CL और CD करना है. एयरफॉइल डालने के बाद एयरफॉइल CL और CD निकालना है. फिर उसके बाद हम XFLR में लिख सकते हैं कि हम लोग का रूट कोड इतना, एक्सेल में लिख सकते हैं कि हम लोग का रूट कोड इतना था, टिप कोड इतना था, विंग का एरिया इतना था, और हम लोग को CL इतना मिल रहा है और CD इतना मिल रहा है एट 0 एंगल ऑफ अटैक पे. फॉर एग्जांपल,
See, I'll clear angle of attack early. Your angle of attack is basically your effective angle of attack, which is the addition of your angle of incidence or your mounting angle plus your pitch up angle of attack, right? So when Abhishek said no pitch up, he meant the second parameter. So when you say angle of attack, इसका मतलब the angle at which your wing is mounted, angle of incidence. समझा? हाँ. So अगली बार से एंगल ऑफ अटैक को इफेक्टिव एंगल ऑफ अटैक बोलना. सो यू विल बी क्लियर क्या है एग्जैक्टली. या कंटिन्यू.
और उसके बाद हम लोग को उसका मतलब वेलोसिटी फाइंड आउट करना है वो कंपोनेंट से. फिर हम लोग को टेक ऑफ डिस्टेंस मिलेगा. फिर हम लोग को उसके बाद लिफ्ट फाइंड आउट करना है कि इतने टेक ऑफ डिस्टेंस पे हमारा प्लेन लिफ्ट होगा या नहीं.
एम्प्टी वेट भी इनपुट करना है. Your basic goal is to input your empty
weight और विंग का टोटल वेट. फिर सॉरी वो भूल गया कि एम्प्टी पहला विंग इफेक्ट अपना विंग है वो इतना कितना वेट इफेक्टिव कितना वेट उठा सकता है. उसके बाद अपना एम्प्टी वेट कितना है और अपने को पेलोड वेट कितना मिल रहा है, वो तीन लिखना है. और उसके बाद हम लोग को वेलोसिटी, टेक ऑफ डिस्टेंस और लिफ्ट फाइंड आउट करना है.
Okay, fine, but I'll just make it clear for the one last time. Note down करना है तो कर लो. Your outputs after your takeoff calculator will be your takeoff velocity, your takeoff distance, and your weight. not see, you will increment your weight, ठीक है, by a step, right? And after a certain weight तुम लोग को दिखेगा कि तुम लोग का टेक ऑफ डिस्टेंस इज एक्सीडिंग 100 feet. So basically, by common sense, that point where it exceeds 100 feet is your all up weight, is basically your all up weight, like उसके आगे नहीं जाएगा तुम लोग का aircraft. So that's your max limit. So वो मिलेगा. And when you get that payload weight, तो उसमें तुम लोग configure, चल ठीक है, okay, just end it इधर ही. ये करना है तुम लोग के inputs होंगे, तुम लोग का wing dimensions, तुम लोग का which will give you your area, and that area is also used in the calculations. तुम लोग static thrust डालोगे, alpha डालोगे, coefficient of friction, density. So these should be your inputs, and those should be included in the calculation. Like वो automatically calculate करके output देगा. I hope you noted down, because if you mess up takeoff calculator, then your whole year or whole design is messed up. I'm not even kidding at this point.
Because he's right.
So can you repeat the outputs for
Can somebody?
Takeoff velocity, takeoff distance, and the weight.
Takeoff velocity, takeoff distance, and weight.
When do we have to submit this by?
Yeah, I will tell you the deadline. Also about the output, although weight is in the output, you know that you have to iterate the total weight of your aircraft. So at the end, for some takeoff distance, which will be within your 100 feet का limit, you will get some weight का value जो lift off कर पाएगा aircraft.
Okay, and regarding the CL, hello. Okay, Arya, go ahead.
I had a doubt regarding the takeoff velocity. Should we consider it to be V takeoff equals to 1.2 times the V stall? I mean, it was given in the PDF and I used it during the assignment as well.
Correct. So the factor of 1.2 times is basically used for the commercial aircrafts, because in the case of commercial aircraft, there's certain obstacle clearance that they need to achieve after taking off, and after all the calculations, they have come up with a value of 1.2. And in the PDF, if you have noticed, it's Vstall because they have given the value of CL max. Okay, and that's the exact CL max I was talking about, because in case you are considering the stall speed, you need your CL max as well as your lift is equal to weight condition, and not just lift is equal to weight. So the parameter of the value of 1.2 that you are talking about is specifically for the commercial aircrafts, and the value that we get from our telemetry data from our previous experience of 6 years is 0.8 and not 1.2. Okay.
Okay.
So if you can figure out the CL max by some way, like XFLR, kitna critical angle of attack hai, then you can go ahead with Vstall ka variation also. You can calculate the factor by what factor the takeoff velocity is greater than or lesser than your stall speed, but only when both the condition for stall speed are satisfied. That is your critical angle of attack as well as your lift is equal to weight, both the conditions. Am I clear?
Yes.
And one more thing before going ahead. Guys, tell me one thing, when you consider the CL of the wing, will you consider the CL of entire wing, or will you need to subtract the fuse width or something like that?
Subtract the fuse width.
Correct. So when you are making takeoff calcs, right, make sure that if you plan to use 2 or 3 balls as your cargo, then you subtract the breadth of your fuselage from the total wingspan and then calculate your total lift, because that's the effective lift that you will get.
Or in XFLR, if we just remove if the first, instead of putting it at 0, we can put it at 9 or something.
Yeah.
Then that way, does it still give the same value, or what?
I guess Shlok or Vignesh would be more appropriate. Shlok, are you there?
Could you repeat it?
Yep.
Yeah.
In XFLR, in XFLR, we can just, instead of putting the first coordinate as 0, we can put it at some 9, or depending on the width, half of the width, double of the width.
Okay. Tejas, could you tell me what the problem with that would be?
The vortices and all might come in the middle, but
Exactly.
but
So,
there,
so normally what happens is कि if those vortices are arising at the root chord, essentially तेरा बीच में कुछ नहीं रहेगा, are essentially arising at the root chord, तेरा पूरा performance जो है flight का performance, you won't be able to predict it.
and but okay, yeah.
So think of it as like a solid block, and you cut right through that middle block. So instead of having vortices at the tip, you would be having them at the root as well, which isn't what happens. Vortices
But
root
like-
में नहीं exist करते हैं क्यों?
like the span wise flow जाता है.
नहीं, बीच में fuselage रहता है इसलिए.
हाँ, but even like the flow, span wise flow meets at the tips, right?
हाँ, fair enough, sure, fair enough. But yeah, there is no air flowing in between the fuse gap essentially, so you can't just remove that section off and continue your analysis.
Okay, got it.
Cool. Any other doubts?
This takeoff calculator is neglecting the ground effect, right? So like if we consider that, then it'll have an early takeoff.
Yep. You neglect the ground effect and
Not
everything.
considering ground effect for now.
पहले कैल्सी बनाना सीख लो, उसके बाद सब इनकॉर्पोरेट करना स्टेप बाय स्टेप. वील टीच यू हाउ टू. पहले कैल्सी कैसे वर्क करता है, हम लोग कैसे यूज करते हैं वो सीखो. That's all you need. That's how it's the first step towards designing basically.
And guys, one important thing while making your takeoff calculator, right? एक certain point आएगा जिधर तुम लोग खुद confuse हो जाओगे कि अरे ये loop है, I'm getting stuck somewhere because each and every variable will be dependent on the thing preceding it. Okay, so उस time पे we know what that thing is, what exactly that loop is, but we want you all to figure it out how to come out of that loop. ठीक है, वो आएगा because we have told you entire process, but in that process when you actually start executing, when you actually start making this calculator, you will come to know कि सारे variables एक के ऊपर एक dependent है, चाहे वो values पहले हो या बाद में हो, and you guys will be completely stuck यार इतने सारे independent interdependent values है, how to go ahead with it. But there's one way that even we as juniors figured it out how to come out of that loop, and although we can tell you now, but we want you guys to think about that solution. Abhi realize nahi hoga, when you start making the calc like XFLR and all, you will come to know. So give it a shot, thoda brainstorm karo is pe, because if we tell you each and everything, this will be like spoon feeding to every one of you. ठीक है, तो give it a shot, try करना.
While running, sorry. While running the wing analysis on XFLR, you need to specify a certain velocity. So I did 10 meters per second, and I ran my analysis on that, and I exported polars as CL and CD. So after that, again, using that same velocity, I have to calculate the lift equation, or I have to use some other velocity.
How did you come? Okay, go ahead, Vignesh.
What do you think you would be doing? तो CL का value change होगा क्या अगर अलग कर दिया velocity तो? If I made it 12 or 14 or 18 or 80, would the CL value change?
Yes.
How so?
The equation is dependent on CL and velocity both for lift.
But your lift is also changing, right?
Yes. Okay, I got it.
So your CL never changes. CL is a coefficient for that reason. For a particular span,
Yeah.
for a particular configuration, the CL remains constant.
Okay,
Yeah, I
and
got it.
this is the biggest hint
you all will
Vignesh
be-
gave you. Okay, so the big hint that Vignesh gave all of you. Now, those who paid attention, fair enough. Those who didn't, go ahead with your assumptions. Okay. Yes, Ram, you can continue.
So you all will be giving us a standardized configuration for the wings, right? Or by tonight.
Not
we
for
we
your
we
team,
we
na?
we'll no we'll give them each a span एक ही single span दे देगा इन लोग को and
No.
let them go bonkers on the aspect ratio and everything.
Yeah, for let them continue with their own wingspans, na Vignesh, for the respective teams.
No, but some have analysis
हाँ
issues, right?
वही तो let's give us them a standardized like wingspan and sub aspect ratios.
Yeah. So we'll give them a wingspan. बाकी का dimensions तुम लोग see honestly your wing dimension shouldn't matter. I mean XFLR पे तुम लोग को CL values चाहिए उसके लिए ठीक है. So we'll give you wingspan. उसमें जो dimension डालना है डालो. वो डालने के बाद CL आएगा and then उसके बाद it's just basic inputs in your takeoff calculator. You shouldn't be concerned about your wing dimensions basically. You should be concerned about how to make that logic to make your takeoff calculator work in the first place.
ठीक है चलेगा we'll just let
And
you
for
know.
empty
बोलो.
and for empty weight you will be giving us, or we have to use the empty weight assigned to us already?
Same.
We'll let you
Just
know
give them a value.
all the specifications by tonight, okay? Wingspan,
Yeah,
viewport,
we'll give you
pitchport,
data.
thrust, ka, whatever it is, all that.
Okay, fine.
Cool. Are there any other doubts?
By the way, I still haven't received any doubts for those who missed the doubt wala session. So what should I infer from this? कि तुम लोगों को सब आता है अभी?
टेक ऑफ कैसे अप टू द पॉइंट होना चाहिए फिर सब आ रहा है तो.
हाँ वैसा.
किसने मिस किया था by the way?
कौन मिस किया बीच में गया
I
यार?
think Hariaksh नहीं था.
हाँ नहीं सामने से
Even
बोल.
I wasn't there.
Okay कनाद.
मैं भी नहीं था.
हरियाक्ष ठीक है. और
Mrunmay also wasn't there, but he's not in the meet.
amazing.
And guys, just warning all of you, अगर ये टाइम असाइनमेंट सबमिशन के वक्त we see कि some of you have not put the serious amount of effort that goes behind making this take off calci ना, उस डे पे we'll give that person असाइनमेंट जिसमें तुम लोग को सारे विंग स्पैन एनालाइज करने के सारे राइट फ्रॉम 40 to 120 with each and every RC and TC and to be submitted along with score analysis in next 2 to 3 days. ठीक है. सो गलतियां फाइन ठीक है एक्सेप्टेबल है माइनर मिस्टेक्स बट अगर कॉन्सेप्चुअल एरर है जो बताने के बाद भी इफ यू गाइज आर नॉट एबल टू फिगर इट आउट देन बी इट फॉर दिस हार्श पनिशमेंट. ओके सो वी वांट थोड़ा अच्छी से इस बार.
ये मेनली पनिशमेंट नहीं है.
हाँ,
ये
हाँ,
जस्ट
मतलब
एक
एग्जैक्टली नॉट पनिशमेंट. सॉरी
हाँ तुम लोग अगर थिंग्स अभी सीरियसली नहीं लोगे ना एंड तक नहीं होने वाला है. एंड हम लोगों ने देख लिया है वो डिजाइन एयरक्राफ्ट डिजाइन ऐसे ही कर रहे हो ब्लाइंड साइटेडली. कोई डाउट्स नहीं आ रहा अभी तक. there's a lot of there's a lack of seriousness that we have observed within you. So वो नहीं चाहिए for this specific assignment का from now onwards. Just that's it.
Okay, so as I told you mistakes ठीक है, we all make mistakes, but अगर एकदम conceptual error हो रहा है जो बताने के बाद भी then you very well know कि क्या आगे के ये issues है. तो be very serious, give your 100%. किसी की भी ऐसा नहीं आना चाहिए unless it's really unavoidable work कि तुम लोग अभी बस कर ही नहीं पा रहे हो then it's fine. लेकिन अगर we want each and every one of you to give 100% in this assignment. पूरा जितना भी ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग है पूरा दे देने का है. इंडिविजुअल असाइनमेंट है नॉट इवन ग्रुप असाइनमेंट. तो यू गाइज कैन प्लान आउट योर ओन टाइम टेबल एंड डू इट बट we'll be giving you sufficient amount of days. We'll let you know by tonight, but the amount of days we guys are giving you, please make most out of it. Like at the end, we should not see the calculator because we guys are experienced enough that we can see the calculator and we will come to know कि you guys have put in your 100% efforts or not. हमने बहुत calcies देखे हैं अभी. Last 1 year सिर्फ calci पे ही work किया है हम लोगों ने optimizing. So we'll come to know कि किसने 100% effort डाला है किसने नहीं डाला है. Okay. So make sure कि तुम लोग अपने तरफ से you give your 100%. That's it. Anything else? हाँ, श्लोक.
सीरियसनेस के साथ ये भी पता चलेगा कि किसने छापा है. Be very concerned about that. We are very. हम लोग ने डायनामिक थ्रस्ट कैलकुलेटर देख के समझ गया था किसने किसका छापा है और कितना छापा है ये भी समझ गया था. हम लोग लिटरली नेम्स ले सकते हैं at this moment as of now. Be it assignment, design और डायनामिक थ्रस्ट कैलकुलेटर हम लिटरली बता सकते हैं किसने कितना छापा है. And we know what each one of you is capable of. And we expect कि तुम लोग इंडिविजुअली करोगे तो it will be good. You are good people. इसलिए टीम में छापो मत. You can discuss concepts. एक दूसरे को पूछो कि ये कैसा है वो कैसा है. उससे बेटर ग्रुप पे डालो. एक दूसरे को पूछ नहीं सकता, सीनियर्स को पूछो जिनको ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है.
Just put your doubts on the group. You discussing among yourself anyways doesn't make sense because तुम लोग एक दूसरे के concepts क्लाउड करने वाले. So बस इसी नोट पे we just want to end this because तुम लोग अभी काफी सैचुरेट हो गए हो ऐसा लग रहा है. कुछ भी होगा अभी ग्रुप पे डालना. And I want to see genuine doubts on the group.